Hi, my name is Chris Hansen. I am a member of Rotary of South Lake Union, and I'm here today to tell you about tiny homes. And I'd also like to tell you about how I got in to the uh, to this magnificent effort that the South Lake Union Rotary Group has brought to the greater Seattle area in a manner of helping people like you join our group as team builders for tiny homes to help take people off the street in Seattle. Um, People living in tents, people who don't have communities, people who need services. The tiny home villages, in fact, Magnolia has one of its own between Magnolia and Queen Anne in the Inner Bay area. Um, these tiny home villages are intended to, as I said, alleviate homelessness of people who don't really know where to turn to next, who don't have the funds and are in the process of either rebuilding their lives, either for lack of employment, or they have been in need of community, in need of services that may involve recovering from addiction or mental health. And the initiative, I should say, began with a uh, something that happened to me very, very particularly on Inauguration Day on January 20th, 2021. I had the experience of giving my wife a ride to work, and I noticed that a number of the vehicles along this was in Northeast North Lake Way, North Lake Union, uh, had had been moved just overnight. And behind, they had left behind a considerable amount of trash. And after giving my wife a ride to work, I resolved in my head to go back and clean it up, which I did. It took me about 5 hours. And during that process, I ran into a couple of people who were um, still living in their out of their car, and they had quite a pile of behind them, behind their car. It looked almost, if you could imagine, a dumpster being turned over on its side and strewn about 200 yards. That would be a way to describe this, what I had resolved to clean up. And again, it took me about 5 hours. I'd gone to the hardware store and purchased a number of bags and gloves and masks. And as I was cleaning this mess up, the people in the car got out of their car and said, "No, that's not our mess." And I just said very as nicely as I could, "No judgment, no judgment. I'm just here to help out." And within 5 minutes, they were helping me clean that mess up. And we joined forces with a few more people that were living in a camper down the road. And in about, as I said, in about 5 hours, the crew of us cleaned the entire road up of about 300 yards in length. So that I shared that story with my Rotary group. And from that experience, it evolved into what you're seeing on your screen, which is a number of slides that are part of a team building session that, as I said, evolved out of that experience. So there's a group of people that are building these tiny homes in the Soto area, and our group, our Lake Union Rotarian group, meets once a quarter to help build these tiny homes. They are all built by volunteers. There is a leader that runs the program. You can build one house in a single day. It's marvelous to see. And as you can see from these slides, they represent, I think, our second team building session. This woman here in the blue shirt on the left slide is the leader. Her name is Barb. And this group of 15 people, over the course of 6 hours on a Saturday, were able to raise the roof on a single home. This masterful jig system that they have set up means that everything is done templated, so all the homes are done the same. No construction skills are required by any person who joins the team building session. And at the end, we are able to, as a team, put the roof on, and then this says lunch on your own. We bring our lunches. We go through an inspection process, and at the end, as you can see, these are homes that have been constructed in a single day. by our all volunteer team. And so that's really the initiative that I'm here to share with you today, and to invite people in your group to join us if you wish, by either letting Jason know, your president, when and if you have time to build with us. Again, these are on Saturdays once a quarter. And I should say also that our Rotarian president currently does one building session a month. So if you're more interested in contributing on a more frequent basis, you have that opportunity as well.